Set, ready? 60 or. 5.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
6-6, bullet high.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 42.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Check 3. 218, chop. 5.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Herbert, and it's complete. Henry, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 24-year-old Hunter Henry.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And this one is right down the middle. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ready up.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke. He sets to fire deep. This is caught at the 20. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Locke now on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Locke will try again on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
90 Wolf. 80 weapon.
Now Locke again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Check 31. Check 31. Deuce. Check 37. Check 37. Bang, 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 bang. Shoot.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
'49, guys. Mike, 49. Who that?
Hey, Charlie. 49.
Locke now on 3rd and goal. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger. And this time, it cost them 2 points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, they had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
At the 33-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Topper!
45. Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Lock to throw on 2nd down. A little check down to Lindsey. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Locked again here on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 20-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Go!
56.
Into the red zone, it's locked. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Second and 5. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he goes out right around the 39.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here we go. 30 base. Recon, 132 fighter. Yep. Motion. Let's go.
On third down, here's Eckler. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon.
Let's go. 90 Wolf. General West. Hey. Deep grip.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Hey, defense, let's go. Shift. 6-6, pull it high.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Go.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Herbert. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike. Hey, Mike 7. Hit it.
Back to throw. Herbert. He completes it to Henry. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
I think it's okay there they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
X3, 218, chopper.
45, Mike, 45. No chance.
Bravo.
45.
Yes.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. 45.
Now.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Look at me, zipper. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Play 55.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready? 8, read.
March 47. You don't want this.
Get it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Set up. 18, Gator. Hey, Zoo.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 47 is the mic.
Throwing again. Herbert going for it all. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now on 2nd and 13. Locke. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Hard.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 35. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
Box right.
45's the mic.
Here we go.
From the gun on third down. Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Locke. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Gotta do better. Come on, QB. Come on.
Throwing his Lock on third down. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Topper. Now.
On second down, it's Kelly. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Set. 10 Lobo.
On deck, baby. On deck. Check.
Defense.
On third down, Herbert.
Check.
Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw it is Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Block off of play action. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Lock now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Lock. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. On 2nd down, here's Locke. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, excellent coverage there. Last week he had the interception. One reason why he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
So no jokes about not having hands, right? Because he got the pick last week. This week, he's knocked down a ball in this game so far. Let's see if he can get an interception as this one continues.
Here's Locke to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got him.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 to make it the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
On the double.
1st down, Broncos.
Hey, Delta. Get it.
Locke now on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Down Eckler. The tackle there by Breanne Body Calhoun.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me...
And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun snap to Locke. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. On 2nd down now, it's Callum. He's got a 1st down past the 30. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's airing it out for Williams. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the comp.
And that's caught inside the 35. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So it might as well have not even had the penalty.
90 Wolf. Fair. Hey, exit. SOS. Get it.
On 1st down, Locke. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Locke will try again on 2nd down. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. One final try for Locke. Now a desperation throw deep down. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the All-Pro safety, Derwin James. And that finish to this ball game.